So this is an 8x8 canvas that I had in my stash, and I saw on Pinterest where some people were using coffee to paint with, and I decided to do that for my church. So I'm just taking the wet coffee and I am painting the church in its entirety. I am going to use a darker brown and also a lighter brown. After I dry this, as you see, the water goes all over the place. So I have to kind of put my napkin there in a couple of spots to get it to stay just on the church. And that took care of it, just taking that little bit off. So I'm going to get my dark brown, which is the Burnt Umber by Apple Barrel. And I dropped a little bit on there, so I just used that for part of my tree. I'm going to use different browns for this, but it's basically just the one color. I am taking the white so I can, shade it a little bit here and there. Just making the darker colors lighter. So those are trees, and I'm doing a couple of bushes on the other side of the church and down in front of it. I take a different brown and I kind of just go along the bottom there. Doing the hills, I do put a little bit of coffee mixed in with it just to kind of get it to have a little bit different color. From this angle, it doesn't look all that good, but it turns out really pretty in the end. I'm just taking a little bit of the colors, mixing different things together. And then I'm taking some darker, and we're going to outline the church a little bit. It does have a little bit too much water at first in it, so it turns out a little bit different than I thought. But it ends up turning out really cute in the end, so make sure you watch the ending of this. But I am taking a smaller brush in a minute to kind of put these lines in the church. I kind of like the way that it, is too thick. You'll see what I mean. I'm going just with a smaller brown up underneath the church. That's kind of like the driveway and the stepway up on top of a hill. So I'm just filling in the rest of this with some darker colors. I end up getting a smaller brush and trying to put in some darker color. Some lines in the tree just to define it a little bit, make it look more like a tree. Same thing up at the top. A little bit of trees coming over the top edge there. I'm taking some darker and going in the sides of the windows. And around the edge there. And I defined all those areas around that cone shape. I'm going along the outside of it, defining the areas a little bit more. Defining the steps a little bit. Now just kind of take a little bit of the coffee, a little bit of the brown, kind of just bring it all in there. Now just pull in some of the colors and put them all together. Put a little darker over in the other corner. A little darker on the edge of the mountain there, or the side of the area, and then put a little dark in the one corner. Make it look pretty. And there it is. It's so cute. It turned out so great. I hope y'all enjoyed this. This is the monochromatic challenge from A Common Canvas on YouTube.